Yeah, we don't know what's under the land. I mean, we're gonna start digging. The second I get a plot, I'm gonna see what's down there.
You're just like, you're like, I want to dig, and they're like, there's no, like
There's
that.
no,
That's not programmed in.
there's no
Like, there's
pixels
nothing
after.
there.
Like, it's
And
only
you're
like
just
one by
like,
one blocks.
no, but I'm gonna dig.
I play Minecraft. There's water down there. I'm gonna get to the bottom.
Welcome to Imagining the Metaverse, our podcast where we talk about Metaverse, Web3, future tech, all of that fun stuff. We're your hosts. I'm Nicki Sanders.
And I'm Scott Paul.
And today we're going to do a little bit more discussion on like the Metaverse real estate side of things. I feel like we've kind of brought it up before. We've kind of talked about it. We're going to really focus on that. All right, so we're playing around on the Rose website, which confused me at first because that's like a fashion brand, but apparently it's also like Metaverse real estate or something, or architecture.
Yeah.
So
We're looking at it right now, and I'm convinced that everything I'm seeing here is pretty cool. Almost 5x what we would see in the real world.
oh, it looks really cool,
That
but
stuff right there.
I don't understand like
I think
the point, though?
I think what this is that you can buy. I think this is like an NFT that's rare that you can explore and go into. So like you're gonna buy your remember how the monkey people got their land recently, the other side, the Bored Apes?
yeah.
They got their other side, and it was like a plot of land, and now people are gonna start constructing on their little metaverse plot.
And it's all about like flexing and being.
I think it's flexing, and so like I think you're looking at like Frank Lloyd Wright style. Maybe these are really expensive, like homes that you can buy relatively. I don't know what they would be, but
just for bragging rights.
yeah. But it's like, I'm just who's gonna see it?
Right.
That's
my
understand.
question. Who's coming to see? Who's coming over? Who's coming
so
on
like
a visit?
Even though real estate, we're kind of like, no, not a lot of people understand it. You could go in a room and ask 30 people, not one of them would probably have real estate on the metaverse.
Oh, no.
And so we're very new. What do you think's blocking people from buying real estate in the metaverse? Even though there's lots of options and houses and land you can get.
I just think the drive to the need is not quite there yet.
Really? It's no need. You don't feel the need?
I don't feel like I'm not asked. No one has like asked me to buy anything, or I've never felt like, oh wow, I need to buy some metaverse real estate.
Or you don't, or a store.
I'm not in yet.
No one's wanted to visit your metaverse store and
maybe that's
buy some
what
of your metaverse items.
No, not yet.
And
so maybe that's it.
what's weird about that is you're in the middle of this. So if you're not getting that requested or asked, like, who is?
All I want is to be asked, and then maybe I'd be in.
Like,
if I want a personal invitation.
Are you selling Beanie Babies in the metaverse yet? I think that's so. Really quickly, people are gonna start selling though items in the metaverse.
Yeah.
And make them scarce, right? Is that couldn't that happen? Can there be a shoe salesperson in the metaverse?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, there's metaverse fashion stuff happening.
It's pretty massive, right?
Yeah. You're right. So I think that maybe there's gonna be showrooms. Where you could like maybe try it on your avatar, walk around, see it, buy it, and then hopefully there's enforced scarcity. I guess in like the real fashion world, it's kind of false scarcity anyway.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be the same in the metaverse.
So I think what's happening here is that all these lands are getting created.
Yeah.
And they're each kind of owned and operated by their own. Like they could be decentralized, they could be very centralized, but you can leave, you can come and go as you please. So basically, these worlds are basically brands or stores. And what I see happening, this is my prediction, and you tell me what you think. I believe they'll be like the front page of Google, where if you're anything after the front page, you're nothing. But the first top results are going to be, and you're going to go into the metaverse, and you're basically going to jump around to the most premium lands, and it's going to be the results. So it's going to be like Nike's going to be a place you want to go. There's concerts over there, wherever you can go do some business over here in like Zen land. But like I think that it's going to be a winning 10 or 20 that you can jump to interoperability. You just jump around to them very easily just by saying like, get me out of here. Just like that Ready Player One. You're just going to go into like cyberpunk land, then you're going to go to like a Japanese Zen garden. and it's going to be that quick to jump around. But there's not going to be the long tail. I think you're going to have a quiet acquisition where there's a few platforms of land, and then all these little side lands are, they're either one of the big three companies. I don't know how, but I think, but
Yeah.
what I see happening is you're easily able to jump between, instead of like Facebook now where you go to an app screen and you're like scrolling to another game. I see you kind of walking and then just going through doors that you can create, almost like a portal that the guy does in Marvel. And then you jump out of that one and you go to the other land. And then there's not going to be menus. I think there's going to be zero menus in the future, because like menus,
You don't like
I don't want
digital
menus. I don't want to be
Okay.
reminded to like have a menu in front of me and then start to like have to figure out. It feels like I'm on a computer
You
in
want
a
it a
big
little
world.
more intuitive, maybe.
I just want like the real world. I
Yeah.
don't walk around here and have menus
Yeah.
pop out in front of me. I do if I go look for like food, I guess, but like I just don't want the menus like taking over my worldview. and
Yeah,
stuff. So
that makes sense.
anyway, that's
Yeah,
weird.
I
don't
love
know.
that thought of like the jumping between the worlds. Like, there's gonna have to be like there's DeFi aggregators. We're gonna have metaverse aggregators.
That's
and,
exactly what it is. It's aggregators.
like, and we're like, okay, for this type of thing, you're gonna go here.
Yeah.
Or this one's really good at this, and
Yeah.
they'll kind of all be specialized, maybe.
I wonder if it'll be money to go to more premium ones. I wonder if like the
Ooh, a little
gas
pay to
fees,
play.
the gas fees to go to like Vegas or like these really nice places are gonna, and that's how they kind of maybe build scarcity. Is that anyone can make land now? It's infinite, but the
Yeah.
price to like travel to some of these lands are gonna like go up, and somehow they get money by
Maybe like
the more.
entry fees.
Yeah, so it's
And
like
then-
it's like a Disneyland at this point. So instead of worlds just being you're buying real estate
Yeah.
and there's ownership, it's more of you're renting out the time to be there. And because I don't know, I just don't really see me wanting to go. I don't really need like my own real estate in my house in the metaverse. I want to go in there for joy and entertainment, and I don't really feel like I need ownership in there.
That makes a lot of sense. Like that there's going to be like two use cases. There's
Mhm.
going to be the people who maybe are a celebrity or something and they buy metaverse real estate.
Yeah.
They build a really cool house. Maybe they let like people you can go in and see it, and sometimes they're there. Like
That's
you might
weird.
be able to
That's
catch
interesting.
them. But me, do I need that? Probably not. No one's coming to
I
Decentraland
don't know.
to talk
we
to
should
me.
build you a house and find out how often
Yeah.
you get dropped in on, and how often the tour buses come around and go, and there, Nicki's on there.
And
It could happen.
I'm just looking
You're
through
just
the
looking-
window, like my avatar.
the whole
like,
time.
yeah.
You throw goose noodle at them. I think when we talk about this, I think we're almost getting to like a Web 4 or 5, because that is mixing in. I mean, what is the metaverse? Metaverse still seems pretty delineated from Web 3 for some reason to me. I feel like there's crypto,
Yeah.
there's play to earn, and then there's this kind of metaverse thing that's still a little bit on the periphery of what I understand Web 3 to be, but it might be the biggest thing. Is Web 4 when it all comes together,
Maybe.
and and all the cryptos are interoperable too, and so you're jumping to worlds, and maybe one world has Bitcoin as its main if I go to Japan, I got to get some local
Yeah,
yen,
different.
right?
Like there's easy forex exchanges.
Yeah, exactly. So
that
like,
just
so maybe that's how
cross-chain.
maybe these worlds are also built around different coins. Which ape with the other side, the Bored Apes, it's ape coin.
Yeah.
And if we go to a Wild West, maybe Giddy's going to make a Wild West land, which I would love if they did something like that.
Yep.
But
Write that note
write that
down.
down. So
No,
we-
that's a good idea.
so, so maybe it's going to be as quick as that, though. Is you don't know you're on a new chain.
Yeah.
You just went through a portal. That
Yeah,
you made,
it should
like,
be
Dr. Strange.
frictionless, like from a consumer perspective anyway. I think
Yeah.
it's a huge pain right now, and makes it hard for people to participate because of the friction.
I think what would be interesting is if we get into the metaverse and people become rich and poor in the metaverse.
Oh, it's gonna
That
happen.
doesn't stay the same, but it's like a rich person from the real world somehow finds himself poor.
I would love it if they and you can't
rags to
you can't
riches.
buy your way in.
No,
like
yeah.
we're like no. Like,
So like
Stay out.
So like you don't want to run out of the tokens of like whatever the future token will be. But I don't know if real estate in the metaverse is actually scarce. So I don't think we run out of it. I don't think we're with Moore's law. I think we're gonna continue to get higher fidelity spaces that go infinitely. And I know firsthand that Fortnite and a few other of these groups are trying to figure out how to fit millions of people all having a unique individualized experience into some metaverse. So we're
Plans.
not far away. Like the companies that are talking about it right now are obviously like Facebook, Meta, and the Nike we talked about. But the groups that are building that we don't know about that are like all coming out, I think some of the big players are trying to build. They all want to be the .com.
Oh,
They,
yeah, you can't miss this boat right now.
so they all want to they want to establish their universe.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone thinks that they can be the one true universe. I think that's kind of scary. Actually, I think that's what's nice about this. Is
Yeah,
no
that
one's
doesn't feel
claiming
right.
that you have to be in our universe and this is the only one with merit.
Yeah.
But maybe
Kind of like more the merrier.
yeah, it's
Rising
it's like
tides.
everyone's looking for their community. Like this is for this
Mhm.
community, this for this community. If you're an athlete, come over here. If you want to do
Right.
gaming, come over here.
Yeah, it's
So
all community driven.
Yeah.
Is the feeling I'm
Yeah.
getting. Yeah.
but here's what's scary is there could be some world where some bad actors try to make one metaverse to rule them all,
Oh my God.
and I want to fight that.
Wait, are there gonna be like metaverse wars?
Oh,
Are we gonna battle, Scott?
wait a second. I got to think about that. I got to ponder this a little more. I think you're onto something.
Oh no.
And I want to figure out how we're prepared for metaverse wars. Do we need what would food storage in a metaverse war
Yeah.
be like?
Do we need to be metaverse preppers to get ready for the
100%.
metaverse
That's
wars?
why we're supposed to buy all the land,
So we buy the land,
lots of land,
and a lot of shoes.
and a lot of shoes, and a lot of whatever places for our friends to come that aren't that are not that are maybe wanting to prep or
Yeah.
do we want our friends around or are they actually part of the war?
Dude,
They're probably on the other side.
they might be.
Yeah.
You can't trust anyone these
No,
days.
you can't, especially
No.
in metaverse.
Is there oil under the land? Like that's the question.
Black gold. Yeah, we don't know what's under the land. I mean, we're gonna start digging. The second I get a plot, I'm gonna see what's down there.
You're just like, you're like, I want to dig, and they're like, there's no, like that's not programmed in.
There's
like
no
there's
pixels
nothing
after.
there.
Like it's only
And
like
you're
one
just
by
like,
one blocks.
no, but I'm gonna dig.
I play Minecraft. There's water down there. I'm gonna get to the bottom.
Well, this was awesome. If you guys listening or watching like this content and are interested in getting involved, either by coming on the show, you have a great idea for us to cover, or you want to sponsor our next season, which hopefully we'll be making next year, please just email us. We have a brand new email, itm@siliconslopes.com. That's like imagining the metaverse. So itm@siliconslopes.com. And thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.